Good day, good people. What's happening? It's your boy Mystery. This is We Talk Film Live, the Superman special, coming straight to you on YouTube and Facebook, broadcasting live. Hopefully, everybody's receiving it. Everybody can hear me, hopefully. Now, first of all, the apologies. This is a We Talk Film special, but unfortunately, half the team have been taken by the dreaded COVID. Yes, that's right. They have been taken down by the vid. So, unfortunately, I've ended up by myself here, which is all good. Silver lining is that my opinion gets to stand. Ha ha ha. So, my views on Superman gets to stand. But in the interest of disclosure, I've got to let you know that I'm actually a bona fide Dark Knight Batman fan. But it's all good. I've got love for Superman as well. All of the DC universe, I've got plenty of love for Superman as well. So even though our Superman expert's not here, I'm going to hold it down. We're going to have a good time here. I'm going to get into this shortly. So apologies again from the rest of the team. I said they got taken by COVID, unfortunately. These things happen, but I'm going to hold it down here, and we are going to have a good time. So first of all, we have... Oh, obviously, if you don't like my views or comments, that's what the comment section is for. You know, if you disagree with what I've got to say about certain questions, then, you know, feel free to type it up, keyboard warrior, and let me know if you think I've got it wrong. But I'm going to give you my opinion. So, design a couple of questions. Hopefully, you saw the questions on the post we put up. We're going to try and tackle this evening. The first one should be coming up right now at the bottom. It's a bit of a one. It's a bit one I threw in last minute. But question is, what is Superman's greatest weakness? Is it kryptonite, or is it actually Lois Lane? Controversial, yeah. What is Superman's greatest weakness? Kryptonite or Lois Lane? Now, quite clearly, I've thrown in Lois Lane there. Not being funny, but Kryptonite. What we've seen Superman face Kryptonite before. We know it's his weakness. We know Superman, gets hit and gets weak and crawls around, and can't quite handle stuff. But you know what? What I've noticed with Superman is that even with the presence of Kryptonite, he still fights on. He still crawls around. He still, fights on. That desire to win is still there. It's still there. So Kryptonite might be his, tap his powers away, but Superman still fights on. Now, Lois, on the other hand, if you see Superman with Lois Lane, that's a different kettle of fish. Now, Superman could be in the middle of a battle, no lie, in the middle of a battle, and Lois Lane calls, and Superman goes. Doesn't matter what he's doing. No matter what he's doing. No question. Superman will up and leave the battle. Point of reference: Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice. I like the film. I know a lot of people didn't like it. I actually like the film, but you've got Wonder Woman and Superman battling battling Doomsday, and Lois calls. Superman actually leaves Wonder Woman in the middle of the battle fighting Doomsday, no doubt. Doomsday leaves the battle, leaves her by herself, and goes off to help Lois because Lois called. He didn't know what's going on with Lois. He just heard her call, so he went. That's Superman for you. I mean, if you're old school like me, you go back to the early Superman movies, and Superman gave up his powers for Lois Lane. Gave up everything for Lois Lane. So when you ask, what is Superman's Achilles heel? What is his true weakness? Is it really kryptonite, or is it actually Lois Lane? Hopefully, I've made a point for it being kryptonite. Sorry, for it being Lois Lane, because she has that hold on him. I'm not quite sure why, but she has that. It's past love. It's past love, but she's got that hold over him where he can't even think straight anymore. He just gets in there. It's like, oh, Lois, Lois, oh, and he's gone. That is pretty much whether it's Clark Kent, Kal-El, or as Superman, either state, he's always 100% Lois Lane. So that is his weakness. If you want to get Superman, get Lois Lane. Pure and simple. If you disagree, let me know in the comments as it goes. Let me know. But that's my view, and I'm sticking to it. Unless you can convince me otherwise. Okay, so next, moving on. Moving on to the next question. Is Henry Cavill still the big screen future of the character? Now, that's a big question, and it's a very current question. I mean, Henry Cavill, I like Henry Cavill as Superman. I think he's got the right look. I think he's got the right temperament. I think he's got that power to him. He looks like a Superman. He acts like a Superman. He's just got that that grit to him that I like. So is he the future of the franchise? Well, he wants to be. We all know that he wants to be. I mean, apparently at one stage, him and his manager actually wrote a script for a potential Man of Steel film that obviously Warner at the time rejected. But we know Warner have gone through many different changes at the moment, management-wise. Oh, hold on. I think I've got one of my sick colleagues. You never know who might drop in these chats here. One of my sick colleagues, Calvin, aka Kal-El, is actually logging in for a minute with his COVID self. Hopefully, I'm going to bring him in now. Stand by. Hold on.
What's up?
Oh, Cal, wow. I can see the vid's got you.
Yeah. My head looks extra shiny because I'm sweating. I've got a high temperature. My head feels like it's going to drop off my body.
Oh,
yeah.
What's happening, man?
Huh?
I always thought you were going to rest, man.
Yeah, but I had to at least come and just show my face and just say, what's up, people? You know what I mean? Apologise for not being there with you, Mystery, but...
No, I get it. I did some apologies for you already, by the way.
Yeah.
But it must be your face. We just dropped 3 people. But in which case, I can give you a quick recap what we did. I did the first question, which I added as a little bit of a late one. You can see it at the bottom.
Yeah.
But it's Superman's greatest weakness, Kryptonite or Lois Lane. I added that one as a late addition.
it's always going to be the female, damn it. Always.
That's what I said. That's what I said. You know what? When it comes to Superman, Kal-El, Clark, whatever, it's always Lois that mash him up. Like with Kryptonite, he will fight on. Yeah. He will fight on with Kryptonite, even though he's injured. But Lois Lane, he will drop anything he's doing. Anything regardless.
In Batman versus Superman, he was fighting.
Yeah. I dropped that one a minute ago.
He just stopped. He just stopped.
I just dropped that point a minute ago, actually. You're going to catch it on the replay. But yeah, I did drop that one. All right, so the next question there is Henry Cavill the big screen future of the character? Is Henry the future of the character?
I don't think so anymore. I think it's taken too long to get him back on the screen. The years have gone by. As much as I'm a fan of Henry Cavill's Superman, not necessarily his Clark Kent, but his Superman, I think they need to reboot, start again, get a new actor in, and just churn out the movies from there. I think they've left it too long to kind of, they're going to have to kind of start again with him again.
I get what you're saying, but he's still a young man. That's what you forget. He's not like Ben Affleck aging that lot. He's, if I'm correct, he's probably about, I think he's mid-30s.
Yeah.
I think Henry Cavill is mid-30s, which, Affleck is like, he's 50 something or almost 50 playing Batman, but Cavill is still in his mid-30s, so he's still got that energy about him. People still like the look of him. It's not like he's aging or stuff like that, so he's still got that like probably good 10 years in him before he starts to age. So it's like he wants to still do it. He really wants to do that Superman role. He still wants to stick to it. So I'm like, you know what? They've got new management now at Warner Brothers. He wants to do it. You get the right writers in, and very important, get the right villain in. It's possible. It is possible. Because I know he's tied to the previous, obviously, Justice Leagues and stuff like that. I know he's tied to those things already, but at the end of the day, I don't say people forget, but you're only as good as your last movie. If they put a movie out and it hits hard, people like it, that's all that matters, to be honest with you. And as long as he's still got the enthusiasm for the character, as much as, sorry to sidetrack, but as much as we all love Hugh Jackman and Wolverine, I think inside him, that's why even though they're offering him money, I just think he feels like he's done with it.
Yeah.
So if he comes back for it, that will really just be for the money, because he's been playing that character for like 15 years or something like that. over so many movies. So I think he's probably burnt out from it. Whilst on the other hand, Cavill doesn't feel like he's had his go yet. He feel recently he done Man of Steel. He done Man of Steel, Justice League, two films really. Because Justice League, the second one, they're both the same movie, so remixed anyway.
Yeah, so, no, I agree with what you're saying. I don't know. I think for me personally, I think he's got more of a passion to play it than the executives wanting him to play it. I think they want to start it again.
Yes, but the executives has changed. That's I mean the whole Warner Brothers executive have changed up. They switched up.
Yeah,
they switched it up. So if they like him in it, I said he's still hungry for it. He's hungry. Cavill's still hungry. So if he's hungry for it and they're happy to and they get the right script together, there's every chance that they might still put it off. All right. Anyway, so that's Cavill. Is Cavill the future of the franchise? You think no? They probably should move on. I think he's still got time. He's still a young man. He can still do it. If you feel differently, let us know what you think in the comments. Drop a comment in there. And just a reminder, obviously, if you do like the content of We Talk Film, we are available on the web, wetalkfilm.com, on YouTube and Facebook at We Talk Film, and on Instagram and Twitter at We Talk Film 20. So make sure you subscribe, follow us on there for all our latest stuff. But I'm going to move on to the next question now. Next question is, who is the best on-screen Clark Kent? It's on the feed. It's on the Twitter. It's on the feed right at the bottom. Who is the best on-screen Clark Kent?
I mean that goes without saying. It's the Christopher Reeve Clark Kent. To me, that goes without saying. You've got okay. Yes, I'm still going to go with that, but I do like Smallville. I was a fan of Smallville, and obviously he was Clark Kent all the way through until near the end where he became Superman properly, as to put it. Obviously that was him starting from, younger. We followed him through his younger years up.
Yeah.
And that's more of an in-depth look of Clark Kent. But movie-wise, I would have to go with Reeves, with Christopher Reeve. However, I will say I think he takes the piss. And let me tell you why. Christopher Reeve incarnation of Superman and Clark Kent. He plays Clark Kent the way he seems human.
Yes.
Clark Kent is flipping stupid in this movie, which leads me to saying that he finds humans pretty stupid as well. So that was stupid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was my. I'm not too happy about that, but I do like the way he played the role. You could see a distinct difference between him as Clark Kent and him as Superman, which I appreciated more. But yeah, I thought he took the piss of us, basically.
All right. Now this is why I didn't want to give you too many answers beforehand. Yeah, because I just want to keep my answers fresh. Yeah. My Clark Kent. I will give it to you now. Dean Cain. Boom. So, the Adventures of Superman. Boom. Let me tell you why. I'll tell you why it is Dean Cain. Because before Dean Cain came along, everybody had this impression, like you just said, that Clark Kent, the weak, dumb human, that's how he sees us. From when I was watching The Adventures of Superman, when I was a bit younger, from when I saw Dean Cain was the first Clark Kent I saw who had a little bit of swag about him. He had a little bit of swag about him. When Dean Cain rolled up, you know what? He didn't even care too much about seeing Superman. Superman was like almost the end of the episode, because like most of the episode was Dean Cain romancing Lois, and he had that little swag about him, that little sway. I was like, yeah, this is like quite a cool Clark Kent. You're right, but yeah. So this is quite a cool Clark Kent, and I thought, and that's what I liked. That's what I really liked about him. The fact that he made me think, like, you know what, Clark Kent. He actually did the job properly. I mean, he didn't bumble through the job. He did the job properly. He was a proper reporter, sort of thing. And he had that slickness where even the other women in the office were trying to chat to him, and Lois had to like back them up. They're like, you know what? No. So Dean Cain, for me, was a serious Clark Kent. So, I mean, Yeah, that's the reason I didn't like the Reeves. I mean, I agree with your Smallville actually. Smallville, Clark Kent. He spent most of the series, 10 seasons, as Clark Kent, and I think he did quite a good job. I mean, he made us feel a lot more about the character, but he didn't really have to manage too much with the dual identity of he and Superman, because obviously it was kind of hidden all the way through. But for Dean Cain, when Dean Cain looked sort of thing, when Christopher Reeves was going to change Superman, you always have to panic about him, like, oh my god. I mean, with the phone box, you could panic. But when you got Dean Cain used to look like this, hold this with his glasses, like, and give the camera like a look like, like, like. It almost reminded me of Roger Moore's Bond in a way, like, you know, you know, he had that little cheek about him, that little suave, Sean Connery suave about him. So that's why I liked Dean Cain. But no, Smallville, Tom Welling, he did his thing. I got love for Tom Welling as well. But that's why I don't vote for Christopher Reeves as my Clark Kent. Nope.
I get that. But for me as well, I mean, we all know, and there's the joke between, and even like Batman comes into this, Superman, you know, when he's Clark Kent, he just puts glasses on. You know, it's, you know that. I mean, okay, fair enough. I'm the biggest Superman fan, but that's just stupid. But for me, it's like you still need to show a big difference between the two. My thing, you know, to them, my thing is a lot of the other ones have been too close. You know, I mean, we need to use our imagination as it is already about just glasses, much less. You know what I mean? They're just
man with Specsavers, all the special glasses, man.
Exactly. I hear what you're saying, but I guess that's why that's the main reason why, because there was a clear, distinct difference between the two. I guess to carry on the charade, as to put it. So yeah.
I get that. All right, I'm going to move on now. We'll move on to the next question. Remember, guys.
Bro, I'm gonna have to love you leaving my head. Absolutely. No. I'm gone, bro. I'm sorry, man.
I hear you. No worries. No, bro. Blessed for dropping in.
Yeah. Next time, people, I will be on it for the full time. I'm just struggling at the moment, guys.
Calvin will be back. Calvin returns.
Cool. Mr. E,
get some rest.
Catch up. Bro. See you later.
All right. Oh, we've got tech problems. Why have I frozen?
You frozen, man.
Oh, what time to have tech problems? Hold on. Bear with me.
I don't know how to.
If you can hear me, apologies. Technology problems, you know. It happens. The internet is not a safe place for tech. I'm back in again. Oh. Well, I am trying to fix this, so do bear with me. Hold on. I'm putting on a small intermission. Hold on. I'll be right back. Well, tech has chosen to fail me, unfortunately, but I think you guys can still hear me. Apologies, I'm just sorting out the video here, but got Marianne. They're saying Christopher was the best Clark. I don't know how much of what you just heard from me and Cal, but I obviously disagree, stringently disagree, and I gave it to Dean Cain. Because I said to you, that's the first time I've seen a Clark Kent who had some little slickness about him. And that to me, I was like, that to me was real cool. Hold on. Oh, sorry. Sometimes tech just fails. Yeah, Marianne, I hear you. Love Dean Cain. Anybody else have a favorite Clark Kent? I mean, to remind you, I mean, we've got the current guy at the moment, who is playing on the adventures of Lois and Superman, I think it's called. I haven't actually seen the show, but I've heard good, so many good comments about it. Tyler Hoechlin plays Clark Kent Superman in Superman and Lois. And I've got a lot of people telling me that is a really good show. I haven't yet watched it, but I will at some point. But for me, yep, I'm with Dean Cain. That was my era, and he was my first cool Superman. Oh, sorry, Clark Kent. If you bear with me, I'm going to shut this because this is not rectifying itself. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. Hey, I'm back. Apologies, apologies all. Apologies. I did see your comments about Dean Cain and about Clark. Thank you very much. But I'm going to move on from the best on-screen Clark now. Now you've got me back. Hopefully everybody can see me. Um, Now, who was the worst Superman? That could be big screen or small screen. And for me, I have one answer only, and I'm talking about Brandon Ruth. I don't know why. I don't know what it is about that dude. I just don't like him as an actor. He's popped up in other shows that I watch as well. I don't like him there. And when he did the Superman Returns, aka the Superman Baby Father storyline with Kevin Spacey, so we don't talk too much about that one. But I said he just was trying to imitate. They said pay homage to Christopher Reeve, but no, there's only one Christopher Reeve, so don't try and redo what Christopher Reeve's done already. He was, down to the look, down to the winks already. He's like, no, he was just trying to recreate Christopher Reeve. And you know what, dude, you're not Christopher Reeve, and I really don't like Brandon Ruth. I don't know why. If you ever sees this, I apologize because I don't know you personally, but I just don't. I've seen him in DC's Legends of Tomorrow as the Atom. Didn't like him there. He popped up in my show I watch, The Rookie. Don't like him there, and I just didn't like him in the role as Superman. And I hope that doesn't happen again. Hope he stays off. So yeah, Brandon Ruth is the worst Superman ever. So now, next question. I'm going to move on from that one because he upsets me, as you can see. I get a little bit agitated talking about Brandon Ruth. So next one. Questions at the bottom. What is the best Superman movie? What is the best Superman movie? Now, this could also be controversial. Now, we go along the list and say, well, I'm going to put up to 4. I'm going to say you got the original Superman, obviously. You got Superman 2, Superman 3, and you got Man of Steel. What is the best Superman movie? Now, my view, I'll tell you my view first. My view is now the original Superman, obviously classic, and had so many incredible moments. Forget the technology. He just had so many real heart moments in it that made it solid. But my favorite Superman movie of all time is Man of Steel, starring Henry Cavill. Controversial, I get it, I understand, but Man of Steel, starring Henry Cavill, is, in my personal opinion, as a whole package, a better movie than all the other Superman movies. Now, when you have Henry Cavill, he played, not only did he play Superman, obviously, not only did he play Clark Kent, obviously, he played Kal-El as well. He was playing 3 characters in that film, because when he went home with his mum and spoke to his mum, he wasn't Superman and he wasn't Clark. He was actually playing Kal-El. So he was playing 3 parts in that film. Now, he had the film Superman, Man of Steel. I just thought Man of Steel was just absolutely sorry. Marianne again has just told me to shut the F up about my opinion. But you know what? It's my opinion. And you know what? Cal and Matt, my other group, disagreed with me. But unfortunately, they can't be here. So this is my show tonight. And I say that for this live broadcast, Man of Steel is the best Superman movie. And that is from the best Superman, the best Clark in one whole movie, the best Kal-El. Loved it in that film. Zod, General Zod, his whole team, the storyline, his time on Krypton, the relationship with Lois. It was just like his childhood as well. His childhood actually had real gravitas to it, with Kevin Costner playing his mum, and the whole Martha and his dad's situation was just like, I think as a whole package, and the stakes were real as well. The stakes were real. Zod had the planetary engine drilling into Earth. He was going to convert the Earth's atmosphere. So the stakes were real. Superman had to actually fight a enemy that was actually going to take over the Earth. So completely real stakes. It was, in my opinion, just had everything in it. Had Lawrence Fishburne, was he as Perry White? That to me was entertainment. That had everything. The action scenes, the fight scenes with Superman and General Zod and his team. Those fight scenes were amazing. Those fight scenes were incredible. Those fight scenes were off the hook. So that had the action in there. We didn't really get stuff like that in the original Superman. I know time and technology doesn't match up to it, but as a whole package, that film had the storyline, had the emotion, it had the struggles that Clark faced. So that Kal-El faced, as in trying to become Superman. You saw them for real when he had to hold back his powers as a kid, hold back his powers when he was a teenager, younger. You saw those things for real. And I think as a whole package, I think Man of Steel was a phenomenal movie. Underrated classic in my opinion. And they knocked it out the park there. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that. I'm not disrespecting the original. You don't think I'm disrespecting the original Superman? I'm not. I still love the original Superman film, obviously. And 2, not so much. 3 was the whole computer one with Richard Pryor. Not my favorite, but yeah, Superman, obviously, Superman 1 will always have a place in my heart. Superman 1 was a great movie. Classic, legendary, of course. But if I'm going to sit right now and watch, I think I'll be affected more and I'll be more engrossed in Man of Steel. That's my personal opinion. Superman 1, I'll watch for nostalgia. I'll enjoy Superman 1 for nostalgia because it'll make me feel nice, warm and fuzzy. But as a piece of cinema, as a film, Man of Steel, I think takes it. That's my opinion. You don't like it? Fight me. Okay, on that note, I'm going to move along to the next question, which is, who is Superman's greatest villain? Now, I'm of the opinion that a villain makes or breaks most films. A bit like Bond. You can have 25 Bonds, but everyone's looking for who's the villain. If the villain doesn't carry weight, the film, you forget the film. The film doesn't carry weight at all. So Superman's greatest villain. Now, everybody goes along the lines of Lex Luthor. Very easy, Lex Luthor. But in my personal opinion, we haven't actually had a great Lex Luthor storyline a great screen Lex Luthor. On TV, you had Michael Rosenbaum in Smallville. I think he was pretty good. I really enjoyed watching him. But actually, better than him was his dad, Lionel Luthor, in Smallville. I feel overshadowed Michael's Lex Luthor 10 times over. He was just great. So in terms of having a powerful Lex Luthor on screen, I don't think we've had one. I mean, Gene Hackman back in the original Superman, I mean, he was fun. He was fun to watch, scheming and stuff like that. It was fun. He was entertaining, but I never really got evil from him. I got more comical, but I never really got evil from him. John Cryer played an interesting Lex Luthor in the Supergirl TV show. He got quite good ratings for that, and a lot of people liked that. But I can't look at John Cryer without thinking 2.5 Men. Sorry. So I couldn't go along. I couldn't go that way anyway with John Cryer. So I don't think we've had a really good classic big screen Lex Luthor. So I go away from Lex Luthor and I look at Zod. General Zod. In my opinion, we've had 2 great Zods on screen. Obviously, in the original Superman 2, I mean, he made an appearance at the end of Superman in Superman 1, but Terrence Stamp, that was his name. He played Zod in the original Superman 2, a little bit Superman 1, but Superman 2, Terrence Zod. I mean, classic. Kneel before Zod. You will kneel before Zod. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Great Superman villain. But then Michael Shannon came along in Man of Steel as well, and he upped the evil. I mean, Terrence Stamp, they destroyed some stuff in the original Superman 2, but Michael Shannon, I mean, they broke things down. They actually broke some things down on Earth. And he was evil. He was proper evil. I said he was going to use the eye lasers and everything, and kill people. He didn't care. He was burning people out. So Zod, I think, great. We've had 2 great Zods, in my opinion, on screen. So General Zod might just, and the fact he's got Superman's powers as well. He's got the same powers as Superman. So he might just be Superman's greatest villain because they can match each other. Lex Luthor has the intellect, but not really the strength to match Superman. Zod actually has the same powers. So it could be General Zod. I mean, what's the future hold? I mean, I'm hoping they do a Brainiac. Brainiac's basically from planet Krypton, the super AI on Krypton that survived and goes around consuming planets. It's like an advanced AI, and I think there's a lot of scope for them to do that on the big screen to bring Brainiac in as an advanced. I mean, considering now we've got a lot of technology around, an advanced AI, really creating robots and enslaving mankind. I think we've got a good basis for that in the future with Brainiac, supercomputer from Krypton, a good combat opponent for Superman. But as we stand at the moment, Michael Shannon, Terrence Stamp, both play General Zod, and I think Zod on big screen, General Zod is Superman's greatest villain so far up to this point. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. But on that, I'm going to move along to the next question, which is, who is your favorite Superman of all time? Who is your favorite Superman of all time? Now, the obvious answer, I could tell you what my colleagues would have said. Obviously, Cal and probably Matt will both probably have said Christopher Reeves. That's what everyone says. He had that special place in a lot of people's hearts. Christopher Reeves. He was Superman. But I'm going to go Henry Cavill. I'm going to go Henry Cavill. Christopher Reeve had a charm about him. He was charming on screen as Superman, and everybody loved him. Very lovable, and I can't take that away from him. And he was the first proper one that everybody grew up with. Everybody loved, Christopher Reeve, Superman. So he was going to have a special place in the heart. But Henry Cavill, I mean, he's probably the 4th, 5th person to play Superman. He has come along, and I just think he embodied the strength of Superman, the complexity of Superman. Because Superman is actually a complex character. He's someone he's basically an alien who is trying to fit in on this planet. And it's hard. it's hard enough for some of us to fit in on the planet anyway. But Henry Cavill had to play Superman, who is actually quite complex, trying to fit in on the planet, trying to understand certain things about us, and it's a lot of hard work. And I think, as I said to you earlier about the three parts, the complexity of three parts, the having the Kal-El character, who is his birth name, Clark Kent, and then also Superman. He has played those three roles, and I think they blended with each other obviously at times, because obviously they're the same person, but I just think he just did a tremendous job of portraying that. And sometimes when you look at Superman is like, he's Earth. I know still the Avengers line, but he's Earth's mightiest hero. He's the first superhero that most kids learn. Forget the popularity of the MCU right now, or Iron Man and Thor in the cinemas right now, all that type of stuff, or even forget Batman. Forget Batman. The very first superhero that most kids learn about is Superman. First thing kids say they want to be is Superman. He is the world's best known superhero. He's the one that's imitated. You know, the bad version of Superman, good version of Superman, evil Superman is imitated across the board. You've got versions of him in most programs like The Boys and everywhere else. I mean, you've got Superman is like a template for superheroes, basically. And I just think Henry Cavill encaptured, he delivered that power and also the vulnerability when necessary. I mean, I believed he could actually take on the people he was fighting. Sometimes you had a situation where you look at your hero on screen, you think, you know what, could they really actually deal with this? I know it's meant to be fantasy and make believe, but could they really deal with this? But I look at Henry Cavill and I think, you know what, yes, if there's a fight going on for Earth, I would put him against any of the aliens coming down. I think Henry Cavill has got us. I think Cavill got us in that way. I think he had the look as well. He looks solid. He looks like ladies might actually like him, and that's not important, but it's kind of important for a big screen, for an on-screen character. So while he may not have had the charm, he hasn't got the charm of Christopher Reeve. Chris is still your pick. I hear you. Again, I'm not going to change a lot of people's minds. Christopher Reeve is in a lot of people's hearts, and I get that. And I love Christopher Reeve. I think he was fantastic. But when I think, it's a bit like when I think of Batman. Everyone always goes with I don't know to switch to Batman, but Michael Keaton, and Batman, and that was a classic time, legendary time. Or you might go to Christian Bale. I've heard people say about Christian Bale as Batman, but I just don't think, great films, Dark Knight trilogy, I just don't think Christian Bale embodied Batman. He was trying to act something else out. And anyway, that's what I mean. Christopher Reeve had charm, and he was the first to do it and do it well. That might be his distinction. He was the first to do it well. And he was charming, and he had the smile, little smirk as well, and he was very lovable. I think Henry Cavill, for me, is a Superman I would put out if we had an invasion coming up. If we had something coming up to attack us, I would definitely would put down Henry Cavill instead of any of the others. So that is my opinion. Maria's got Henry is definitely your second choice. I hear you. I hear you about Christopher, and I said I've got plenty of love for Christopher, but now I'm gonna jump back a little bit. Sorry to Lex Luthor's actually. Can we actually ever get a good Lex Luthor? Because on screen, how does Lex actually battle Superman on screen? I think it's going to be quite difficult, but I'm hoping they can actually pull it off in the next film. And at the start, we talked about is Henry Cavill still the future of the franchise, the Superman franchise on the big screen? I mean, Cal disagreed. Cal thinks they needed a reboot of the whole thing with a new actor. I actually think Henry Cavill could still do it. He's still quite a young guy. As I said at the start, he's 33. I think he's still in his mid-30s. Yeah, I'm sure he's still in mid-30s. So he's still got a chance with the right script, right film. I mean, I'm hoping, I know people don't like the serious, darker side that Zack Snyder's done with Superman, but I hope they don't have to go all the way Marvel cheese. Because I said Marvel movies for me, I'm not a Marvel hater. I enjoy Marvel films, but they're to me like McDonald's. Everybody can eat them, everybody enjoys them, but as you can see now, a lot of them are becoming forgettable because they're just like something that everybody can consume. I do like a bit of edge to my films. That's kind of why I'm more of a DC man. And I hope that even if they try and bring Superman to the middle ground, I do hope they can still, to some extent, keep some edge. I want him to have a successful Superman run, but if they can't put it off, I do think that Calvin will be right. I think he's got one more chance, basically, one more film, and if they can put something that people like, people get behind, then he'll go forward for another couple of films. If they can't get a hit film with the next, if it's going to be called Man of Steel 2, I believe, then I think he'll be out. Obviously, they've toyed with other options. They've got, obviously, considering Michael B. Jordan, obviously, as a black Superman, which I have other. Actually, you know what? This is a Superman special, so I'll say my views. I don't think we should be looking at black Superman as alternative. There are black superheroes that could, that should be put to the forefront, but I don't think we don't need to race bend, you want to call it, to change the character. Now, if they want to do it in a case of a multiverse situation where we go to different Earths and we meet different versions of Superman, then yeah, I'm all for that. You know, there could and should be a black version of Superman somewhere, possibly a Chinese version, an Asian version. Why not? And they can come together and battle. They shouldn't all, different universes shouldn't have Superman that look all the same way. I'm totally for that, but I don't think they should have to do that in the main character just for the sake of saying they've done it. And that's kind of what it feels like sometimes, that they not pandering, but they just try to tick boxes. And I don't think Superman should be a tick box exercise. So yeah, those are the questions we went through. I'll just run through them one more time. The first one was Superman's greatest weakness, Kryptonite or Lois, and me and Kyle both agreed it was Lois Lane, because Superman will leave anybody at any time to save Lois Lane. Next question we had was, is Henry Cavill still the future of the character? We just discussed that. As I said to you, I hope he's got one more film in him at least to prove he can actually deliver, right script, right person, hopefully. Yeah, Marianne agrees as well. It's Lois, the Superman's greatest weakness. Best on-screen Clark Kent. Obviously, we had everybody saying Christopher Reeve. I explained why I didn't think it was Christopher Reeve, because I said I picked my best on-screen Clark Kent was Dean Cain, because I said he had that suave. He was the first Clark Kent I saw on screen that was actually a little bit suave, had a little bit swagger to him. So I picked Dean Cain for that particular reason. I like that rather than the geeky throwaway Clark Kent. That's, you know, human beings are dumb, you know, and all accident prone. I like Dean Cain suave. We had who is the worst Superman? Brandon Roth, hands down. I don't think anybody ever disagrees about that. So Brandon Roth, never put the suit on again if I can help it. Let's move on from that one. That upsets me. Best Superman movie. I went Man of Steel, and a lot of people obviously going to say it's Superman 1, but I think that's all nostalgia, personal opinion. Anyway, Superman's greatest villain. I said everyone's going to say Lex Luthor. I rested on General Zod. I explained why it was General Zod. We've had two versions who are pretty solid, who I really liked. And favorite Superman of all time was the last question. Favorite Superman of all time. And obviously, I went against the grain and I picked Henry Cavill. Well, I know everyone else is going to pick Christopher Reeve. So, on that note, I'm going to say thank you for those that could join in tonight. It wasn't as originally planned. As I said to you, I had to take the reins myself. But thank you, Marianne, for keeping me company all the way through. I'm going to say blessings and good night all until the next live. The next live probably won't be a special. It probably will be more of a general what's going on in film at the moment, and hopefully I have the guys with me. So stay tuned for that. We'll let you know when that's going to happen. Might have some guests on as well. Who knows? Anything can happen. Don't count me out. I just want to remind you, obviously, if you are watching, we are on the web, wetalkfilm.com, Facebook and YouTube at WeTalkFilm, Twitter and Instagram at WeTalkFilm20 at the end. On that note, I'll say good night to all. This is your boy, Mr. Ree, signing off.